of that line, of that, how you said that? Tur? Column. נודע בשערים בעלה כל חד לפומא דמשאר בליבה. מה? No, it's okay. It's good to sweat a little bit for Hashem יתברך. נודע בשערים בעלה כל חד לפומא דמשאר בליבה. Everyone can understand Hashem יתברך only by, it all depends in how much he maybe grabs the merciness of Hashem Yitbarach. The mercy. If two people are going to go to the field and both of them are going to do 1 hour, the same Hitbodedut, and even going to say the same words of the Hitbodedut, but one have a stronger faith in the mercy of Hashem Yitbarach, you're going to develop more in that 1 hour. You're going to achieve a lot more in that shah Hitbodedut. וכל אחד לפי ערכו, and everyone according to how that he is evaluating, שמשער בליבו, in his heart, את גדולת הבורא יתברך שמו, the greatness of the Creator, איך אפשר לו לעמוד ולהתפלל לפניו? So Rabbeinu is asking that wonderful question. So how can a person that really understand that Hashem Yitbarach is standing in front of him, how can he stand and pray? ובפרט התפילה שהיא פלאות, and especially the prayer that it's wonders, דהיינו שידוד המערכות, that it's changing the rules of nature. The Creator, He created something, and now when you are praying on something, you're praying to change the wisdom of Hashem. You're trying to convince Hashem Yitbarach to back off from His first decision. Where you find that courage to do that thing? If really you understand that Hashem is good, that He's all great, that He's so amazing, now you're arguing with Him on what that He was doing? Where you find that courage to do that? שהמערכות מחייבים כך, that the nature is מערכות, it's the way of nature, machines that Hashem created are obligated to that reality. וכל כוכב ומזל, and every star, and how you say mazal? Mazal, luck? Can say luck? קבוע על משמרתו, is established to keep his job, ומערכה שלו, in his job, כפי מה שסדרם הבורא יתברך שמו, like that the Creator fixed them, שיהיו קבועים ומסודרים כך וכך, that they're going to be established and set like that they are. והוא, and that person, בא בתפילתו, is coming with his prayers, ורוצה לשדד המערכות, and he wants to change it all. He's got complaints, he's got wisdoms. ולעשות פלאות, and to make wonders. על כן, this is why, בשעת התפילה, in time of prayer, צריך לסלק את הבושה. A person have to reject, to push away the shame. You have to be brave in that holy brazenness that we were talking about. To believe that Hashem wants you to pray. כמו שכתוב, like that it's written, בך בטחו אבותינו, in you, Hashem, our Father, they were trusting you, they were counting on you. בטחו ולא בושו. They were counting on you and they were not ashamed. They were not afraid to ask for their needs. כי על ידי הבושה, because by the shame, שמתבייש מאיתו יתברך, that you embarrass from him, from Hashem, אי אפשר להתפלל. You cannot pray. You don't have the ability to pray. כי אם, just only, על ידי עזות כנ"ל, only by holy brazenness like we learned. וזה בחינת, and this is the aspect of what it's written, אתה האל עושה פלא, הודעת בעמים עוזך. You are Hashem, the Creator, עושה פלא, making wonders, הודעת בעמים עוזך. You revealed it to all of the nations to know your power. שהשם יתברך עושה פלאות, that Hashem יתברך is making wonders על ידי תפילות ישראל, by the prayers of עם ישראל, שהם על ידי בחינות עזות כנ"ל, that they are coming by the aspect of holy brazenness like we learned. And by that, שעל ידי זה, מודיע להעקום, he is revealing, he is sharing, teaching all of the nations, את העזות דקדושה של ישראל, the holy brazenness of עם ישראל, שעל ידי שרואים העקום, that by that the nations can see את הפלאות, the wonders, הנעשים בעולם, that been created in the world, על ידי תפילות ישראל, by the prayers of עם ישראל, על ידי זה יודעים, by that they can tell, כמה גדול, how huge is העזות דקדושה של ישראל, the holy brazenness of עם ישראל, שיש להם עזות כזה, that they have that power, להתפלל ולעשות פלאות כנ"ל, to pray and to make wonders. ועל כן, and this is why, so first of all, before of that conclusion of Rabbeinu, first of all, we need to understand that verse, Or LaGoyim, to be the light to all of the nations, this is our job. And we have to have huge rachmanut on the nations, because they don't have no light in their life. No light in their life. See, for an example, in Uman, we came to Uman, over 30,000 people, and you see that all of the Goyim over there, the nations, the Ukrainian people, they're just after money. Just after money. They want only money of Jews. This is it. They don't have no other goal over there. They're just looking for money. This is it, everyone. And you saw in the lake where we're supposed to make the tashlich, they put that horrible cross with Yeshu hanged on that cross, with all of the body and all of the pesel, idol, mamash. Why to do that? Why to do that? Because they feel so empty. Because they feel disgrace when we are coming and we're all so happy and we're praying with such a passion and excitement and praying and cheering and praising and so happy and so united. What they have? They don't have it. They can go to the church, they can do whatever, they can never feel something like that. They don't have it. So what they're doing, they're trying to stop us. Putting that cross, standing, hanged. Poor Christ. Really poor. He's just hanged there for years and years. He's so poor, and they're hanging him. They're hanging him for years. We buried him 2,000 years ago under a tree in Tzfat. Ari HaKadosh said that he's buried under a tree in Tzfat.
Poor tree. How he died.
No, he was there 500 years ago when Ari HaKadosh seen it. This is Ari HaKadosh. We believe in Ari HaKadosh. Ari HaKadosh is the one that said to us on all of graves of tzaddikim that we know, the name of the Tanaim, of the Amoraim that buried over there, he saw them. He testified that he saw them sitting on their tombs, on their matzavot. Ari HaKadosh. And when they went in front of a certain tree under Tzfat, he said to Rabbi Chaim Vital, under that tree, Kavur oto ha'ish, that man is buried over there, under that tree. And they're making him suffer. And they're killing people after his name and thinking that they're... so many problems they have. So many problems they have. So we have something that we can heal everyone, that we can help everyone. And it's poor people, poor guys, poor people suffering, don't have nothing in their lives, faking faith. They don't have nothing. It's all fake. It's all stolen from Judaism, from Holy Kedusha of Gemara Kedusha, of Mishnah Kedusha, stories of our tzaddikim. And they took it and they're using it and they're telling stories and they don't have nothing, and we should have huge rachmanut on them. Huge rachmanut, to care about them. Rachamav al kol ma'asav. Mercy of Hashem on all of His creatures. We love everyone. We need to help everyone. We need to hug everyone. I was in Uman now. I gave a shiur in Uman Inn with the Rav Boide over there. After the shiur came to me 3 people, 3 gerim that converted. A grandfather, a father, and a son. 3 people, a whole family. You look at them, you see Hasidim. You can never tell. You see Hasidim. 3 huge, important, smiling people. And they thanked me. We watch your YouTubes and we see the shiurim and thank you. You don't know how much power you're giving to us and you're making us so happy. And how many people are calling and sending the response to our shiurim? Hundreds. And only hundreds only because that it's not famous. Actually, all of the world is thirsty for that wisdom. And we should be those ambassadors, those messengers, each and every one of us. Those shiurim, it's not hard to tell those shiurim. You need to open the book and to share on your tshuva process. You don't need to be a righteous man. I'm not a righteous man, I'm not a tzaddik. I'm just a person that is dedicating his life to Avodat Hashem, and I'm sharing it with you. And you have your experiences that you can also share with people. And a lot of people can learn from you. Ezeu chacham halomed mikol adam. A wise person that wants to learn, he can learn from you a lot. But we need to believe in ourselves to know, look what we have here. You have Likutay Moharan, you know what you have? Open the book Garden of Faith, start reading. Just read and share, just read and share, just read and share. Garden of Peace, people doesn't have those wisdoms. People are blind, people are poor. They don't know that they can talk to Hashem, to the Creator. Open your mouth. Say, Ribono Shel Olam, I need your help. I gave a shiur in Nekuda Tova. After the shiur, what I was talking about? Nothing. I wasn't covering one dot in Likutay Moharan, one letter in Likutay Moharan I wasn't covering. Couldn't complete nothing, just drops of chizuk, sparks of chizuk, words, nothing. After the shiur came to me one of the people, hold my hands, told me, for years we're learning about Hitbodedut, and only now we can understand what actually we should do. What I told them? You should say, Father, look, I'm sick, I have problems, I don't know how to deal with them, please help me. Every one of you can do that. Everyone can explain how to do Hitbodedut. What's the problem? But people doesn't know that. And it's our job to be the light to the nations even. Everyone should speak with Hashem. That all of the nations, like we're saying in Alenu Shabach, Yakiru v'yedu kol yoshvei tevel, that everyone gonna know and gonna praise Hashem. This is something that we have to believe in ourselves. If we really, this is the purpose. Mamlechet Kohanim v'Goy Kadosh. That all of Am Yisrael gonna be like that the Kohanim were in the first and second Beit Mikdash. They were serving Am Yisrael. And our job gonna be in the third house to serve the nations that gonna come. Moshe Rabbeinu, what was his greatness? What is Moshe Rabbeinu? He's the king that what? That sits and receiving honor? No! What Rav Shalom is doing? He is the rabbi, chief rabbi of Yeshivat Chut Shel Chesed. What is doing all day long? Sitting and receiving honor, receiving money? What is doing? He's running and taking care of everything in the city hall. His wife, she's running, and they're trying to bring donations that you're going to be able to sit here and learn Torah. That people outside going to have another book, and they're running and doing everything. Moshe Rabbeinu, what he was doing? He was running to serve Am Yisrael. He realized the importance, the greatness of Am Yisrael, because Hashem Yitbarach loves them so much and he believes in Hashem, and they become to be so important, and he is the last one. So he's running and digging under them to help them. And when the Egyptians were drowning in the sea, after that they were torturing us for years, for hundreds of years, and when they died, HaKadosh Baruch Hu was saying to the angels, why are you singing when my creatures are drowning in the sea? Means that HaKadosh Baruch Hu had sorrow when the Egyptians were drowning in the sea. Means Rachamav al kol ma'asav, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu cannot see no one suffering. If there's houses, the people are suffering, beating each other, cursing each other, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is crying. HaKadosh Baruch Hu's got sorrow because of that. Of course that He chose an Am Yisrael from all of the nations, and there is a certain quality in Am Yisrael that's not exist in the nations. There's nothing to do, it's part of the creation. It's like that bread have different qualities than all other kinds of food. But it doesn't mean that now you're allowed to dishonor, to disgrace tomatoes and meat and eggs and I don't know what, potato chips. You're not allowed. You have to respect everything. You have to honor everything. So you have honor to Am Yisrael, great, but it doesn't mean that you don't have a job on respecting and loving each and every one of the creatures of the Creator, people of the world. Like that we learned on Rabbi Yochanan, that Rabbi Yochanan, there was no goy, a non-Jew in the market that would tell him hello before that Rabbi Yochanan would tell him hello first. This is Rabbi Yochanan. From him we should learn to respect everyone. Our father Avraham Avinu came from the nations. He wasn't a Jew. This is our job. Ehov et hager. Why we should love the ger? Because gerim eitem be'eretz Mitzrayim. Because we were also gerim. You have to remember, to be humble, to know, who am I? Am I better than someone else? Moshe Rabbeinu was holding himself that he was worse than Bilam HaRasha. So you are better than a certain goy? That goy for sure is not like Bilam HaRasha. And you for sure not like Moshe Rabbeinu. So why you're arrogant to think that you're better than someone else? You're not better than him. Adrabah. He never learned nothing. He doesn't know. He's shogeg. And you are mezid. And you learn so much. And you have so many obligations that you're not fulfilling. That we're not fulfilling. We need to understand our job. This is the purpose why Borei Olam sent us to this world. To do hafatza and hafatza and hafatza. To share that wisdom with thousands on thousands of people as much as we can. When people were saying to Rav Shalom a few years ago that they want to learn in yeshiva more hours, Rav Shalom told them, this is not the reason that I established Yeshivat Chut Shel Chesed. The reason is not that that people are going to be able to sit and learn Torah. It's something very great that people are going to sit and learn Torah, and I support that. But there is enough yeshivot outside that people can sit and learn Torah in those yeshivot. Thousands of yeshivot. You don't need Chut Shel Chesed for the Torah of Yeshivat Chut Shel Chesed. But hafatza and 1 hour on Am Yisrael, prayers and Hitbodedut, this is reasons. Those are reasons to keep Yeshivat Chut Shel Chesed. That we're going to go and hand those books and spread the light of faith, of Emunah, light of Hashem in the world. People waking up. And we can see that. Every day we can see that. People that were mamash on the cliff, soon jumping, committing suicide. Waking up and being revived and deciding, no, this is it. I'm committing myself to do tshuva, to get closer to Hashem, get closer to the yeshiva, to do Hitbodedut, to talk to Hashem. Those advice are saving people's life. This is the only yeshiva in the world that maybe over 90% of the avrechim are doing 1 hour Hitbodedut every day. Even in this class, most of the students are doing 1 hour Hitbodedut every day. Cannot stop it. Even in Breslev's yeshivot, what that guy told us from Australia, where he was? Toronto. From Toronto. He said he came to he saw the YouTubes. He came to Yeshiva Breslev. He was looking for Yeshiva Breslev because of those shiurim. He went to the yeshiva, started to talk to them about Hitbodedut. Never heard about it. Didn't know what he's talking about. Hitbodedut. You can hear rabbis, huge rabbis in Breslev, that are talking about Hitbodedut like something that is impossible. Huge rabbis in Breslev. I heard one rabbi like that in Eve of Rosh Hashanah. He was talking about 2 minutes of Hitbodedut. And I told myself, what's going on? Why is stopping in 2? Why is saying only 2? He said, who can do in this generation 1 hour Hitbodedut? And he wanted to give a chizuk. But actually, what was he doing? Everyone now believes that they're not able to do. He just support the Yetzer Hara. No, you're not. What is Hitbodedut? I can never finish my Hitbodedut in 1 hour. Can never finish my Hitbodedut in 1 hour. Every day I'm davening more than 1 hour. My Hitbodedut, I cannot complete it. Can I share? Can I talk about everything that I'm going through in 1 hour? You're crazy if you think that. 1 hour and a half, it's the minimum that the person should talk to Hashem. Rabbeinu said, שיהיה לו על כל פנים לפחות שעה אחת התבודדות. Minimum, any way that you're gonna have 1 hour התבודדות. This is the minimum. Rabbi Yochanan said in מסכת ברכות, ולוואי ויתפלל האדם כל היום כולו. We wish that a person is gonna pray all day long. Rabbeinu said to his students, אמנם אתם אנשים כשרים. I see that you're kosher people. What it means kosher? Rabbeinu said, a person cannot be kosher if he doesn't have 1 hour Hitbodedut a day. If he's a huge person, if he's a small person, cannot be a kosher person if he doesn't have 1 hour Hitbodedut a day. So Rabbeinu said to his students, אמנם אתם אנשים כשרים, I see you are kosher people, means you're doing 1 hour Hitbodedut every day, אבל לא לזה הייתה כוונתי. But this wasn't my meaning, my intention. It's not my will. רציתי, I wanted you to be like animals, כמו חיות השואגות ביער, that roars at nights, לילות שלמים in the woods, complete nights. This was the will of Rabbeinu. That Chassidei Breslev gonna have the power to go to the fields, to pray for hours on important things. And Rav Shalom said 1 minute on Am Yisrael that you're praying is more important than 24 hours that you're gonna pray on yourself. Go dedicate. How Moshe Rabbeinu achieved what that he achieved? Because his Mesirut Nefesh. How did Avraham Avinu become to be Avraham Avinu? Because of his Mesirut Nefesh. You want to achieve something in your life. You want to be important in the eyes of Hashem Yitbarach. So dedicate from your time, from your precious time, from hours of sleep, from hours of eating, from hours of chatting and talking nonsense, shtuyot. Put your effort in Avodat Hashem. Concentrate. You have Mincha. You came to Mincha. Why you're in a rush? Why you're in a rush? Something more important in Avodat Hashem than pray that Mincha straight, clean Mincha, to have one clean Mincha? 1 hour 18. How can you move from first bracha until you said it right? Shem svatai tiftach ve'yagid tilatecha baruch ata Hashem Elokeinu ve'Elokei avotenu. You're not talking to no one. How you want someone to listen to you? And you don't know what you're talking, and how can Hashem accept your prayers? You're not praying. You're going to receive 10 on reading, great. A on reading, great, wonderful. A plus on reading. You're reading, great. A plus, reading, wonderful. So what? But prayers, you never prayed. The halakha is saying that a person that haven't had the right intention in first 3 brachot haven't prayed that 18. What he should do, he should pray it again. What are you gonna do? How are we gonna stand in front of Hashem Yitbarach? And not in Judgment Day. Every day we're standing in front of Hashem Yitbarach. We have to stand every day to do 1 hour of trial, judging ourselves. Moshe Olam, I'm sorry, I'm apologizing on my shacharit. I'm apologizing on how that I was standing 18. I wasn't focusing on my Kriyat Shema. So many halachot on Kriyat Shema. If you're not saying Shema Yisrael like that, word after word, Ve'ahavta et Hashem Elokecha, if you're not saying like that, there is no way by the halacha that you're able to say Kriyat Shema like you should. So lemaise, you never said Kriyat Shema like you should. If you never stopped and said Ve'ahavta et Hashem, like you're counting diamonds. How you counting diamonds? Like that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No chance. 1, 2, 3, and you're looking at the 4th one, right? This is how you're counting diamonds. No one is counting diamonds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No one. Even a millionaire is not counting like that. He's excited. Like the Rebbe Milubavitch said, when you're counting diamonds, you never become to be tired. You can count diamonds for years. Like Moshe Rabbeinu is not sleeping. 40 days, 40 nights, you can count diamonds. Words of Kriyat Shema are like diamonds. And if we will not going to have that decision, Rav Shalom said that once he was sitting in Beit Knesset 30 years ago. He had Tfilin Rashi and Rabbeinu Tam on his head after praying, sitting and learning. I think he said that it was Mishnah Bura, I think, but I'm not sure. Sitting and learning in Beit Midrash. And suddenly he felt that he is sad, that he had those thoughts of sadness. And he said to himself, Shalom, what are you doing? Are you happy with what that you're doing, sitting and learning with Tfilin Rashi, Rabbeinu Tam, wrapped with a talit, or you're not? If not, remove the tefillin, take off the talit, and go do something else. And if you're happy, so be happy. And he said that this is that moment that he decided to work on his happiness. It's not the moment that from that moment he became to be happy. There's no miracles. From that moment he decided to work on his happiness. We should do that the same, to come to that decision. I want to serve Hashem. I want to dedicate my life to Avodat Hashem. I cannot dedicate my life to Avodat Hashem when I'm walking in the streets like a drunk person that is looking for options. I cannot. If my eyes are so defected, so ruined by all of the bad eyesights, from all of the pritzut, from all of the ni'uf that there's outside, how can I have a good will, a pure will? If the eye see and the heart desire. So if the eye saw, so this is it. Burn the heart. Noef isha chasar lev. Person that have lust for women, he doesn't have a heart. Doesn't. So how can you pray? Zoi avodah shebalev, zot tefillah. How can you serve Hashem Yitbarach from your heart? It's to pray, so you cannot pray. Why you cannot pray? Because you have lust for women. You have lust for women, you burned your heart. Burned your heart. Only after closing your eyes. So alright, you need to clarify that to yourself. You have to go to the field and to talk to yourself hours after hours. What am I doing with myself, Ribono Shel Olam? What am I doing with those poor eyes? What am I doing to myself? Damaging myself daily. Daily. Don't have no control on my eyes. Looking all of the time. Even when I'm deciding 3 minutes I can hold myself and this is it. Hopefully 3 minutes is a long time. And a person should work on himself daily until he's gonna have control on his eyes. And when you're gonna control your eyes, you're gonna control all of your body. And to take words of Torah like those from books of Harav, from those classes, and to pray on those. To take those conversations to the field and to pray on those conversations. Those conversations never gonna change you. Only if you're gonna take them to the field and you make Yadata hayom v'ashevota el levavecha. Alright, you learned, you know today, you need to bring it into your heart. And this is your job, and no one gonna do that for you. No one, no rabbi, no admor, no Rabbi Nachman of Breslev, no one gonna take the free choice from your hand. Only you gonna decide what you want to be, what you want to do, how you want to spend your life. People can give you advice, can open options for you. It's gonna be your decision. What do I really want for my life? Do I rather eating steaks and meat every day, hamburger, I don't know what, every day? Or that I want to start thinking about what the Mishnah is saying? פת במלח תאכל, מים במשורה תשתה, ולארץ תישן, וחיי צער תחיה. To eat a little bit of bread, small amount of water, to sleep on the floor. Then this is the time that you're going to start to feel satisfaction from life. There is no satisfaction in hamburger, in chunt, in Shabbos, in kugel. There is no satisfaction in those things. You're just stuck in the lusts, bitterness of this world. Feel happiness, pushing, shoving food into your stomach. Losing all of sensitivity of life, all of joy of life. When a person came to Rab Shmuel Shapira in Meron and asked him, they were in Achnasat Orchim before of Kiddush of Shabbat morning, he asked him, how can you feel the taste of Rashbi? He told him, when you still feel the taste of Kugel, you cannot feel the taste of Rashbi. You cannot hold the rope in two sides. You cannot. It's this or that. And if it's hard for you to drop this world and to run after the world to come, I understand you. Welcome to the club. We're all in the same place. What are we doing? Talking about it daily with Hashem Yitbarach. Please Hashem Yitbarach. Not, Hashem, I want to be a righteous man. I want to be holy. Don't lie. You don't want to be holy. You want to lie on your back and to receive the honor of a holy person. You want to be called holy when you're full with all of your lusts and desires. Doing the actions of Zimri and wants the reward of Pinchas. This is what that we want. Have to admit, to confront yourself, to stand in front of Hashem Yitbarach in front of Rabbeinu, in the confession every day we do Dvarim in front of the tzaddik, and to tell him, Ribono Shel Olam, I want this world like an animal, like a beast. Help me, relax me, heal me, let me remember you, help me not to forget you, help me not to erase your name every time that I see a pizza or that I smell hamburger or I don't know what. See a woman, see a skirt, people getting crazy, seeing laundry hanged on a rope. This is the truth. Rabbeinu said to his daughter, they were painting the house, she was covering they had a clock on the wall, she was covering it with a head cover. She took a mitpachat and she covered. Rabbeinu told her it's not allowed to do that. You can never imagine what people have in their mind seeing your head covering the clock on the wall. People are sick. People are sick. You know the Tzionim, they were telling jokes on the Jews, on the Hasidim. They were seeing the talit hanged on the rope. They were saying, because of that, seeing the talit, that it's got a hole, that the Hasidim have a blanket with a hole. When a man and a woman are together, they're doing that act through that hole in that blanket. So sick from a talit that they saw hanged on a rope. They saw a talit with a hole to the neck. They're saying that people are mating like that, putting that between them. People are sick in this generation. Very, very, very sick. And we are sick as them. We're totally sick, each and every one of us. Check yourself. Go to the field, confront, check. What is the source of your problems? You're going to realize that you have a very domestic problems. Very deep, deep, deep issues that started when you were a very small kid. Things that are very hard to solve. And it's your job to fix it. And Borei Olam is with you. And He's going to give you the ability. And when you're going to start wanting to work on those things, you're going to succeed. Because in the way that a person wants to walk in, they're leading him in that way. They're giving him powers. Mesayin lo, abali ta'er mesayin lo, the one that come to purify himself, they're helping him, supporting him. You're going to suddenly find that you have huge powers to stand and to pray. Long Shmona Esrei. 1 hour is not enough for Shmona Esrei. Everyone that tried that, to pray Shmona Esrei, long Shmona Esrei, to say those words again and again, again and again. Refaenu Hashem v'nerafeh. This is it? Everyone are healed? Now you finish praying on Refuah Shlema on all of Am Yisrael? They are healed? All of the ones with cancer lying like dead people in hospitals? This is it? Kids, babies that are sick, this is it? You finished Refaenu? How can you drop the prayer Refaenu when there are still people in the hospitals? People using drugs. Yesterday I gave a shiur. There was a person using drugs. 1 month he was in a hospital. Mental rehab. No, not rehab. No hope to rehab. Just medications. Just medications. For years on years, you see a skeleton sitting in front of you. You cannot help him. Can pray on him. Cannot help him. Cannot penetrate. You cannot. He's not there. Flying somewhere. How many Jews there are like that? How many people in the world are like that? We were using drugs when we were young. I was using drugs when I was young. Only Hashem saved me. Avera goreret avera. Only the kindness, huge loving kindness of Hashem pulled me out from all of those craziness. 1 moment without that wonderful supervision, the person is dead. This is it. 1 time is enough that the person is going to die. Think, Hashem chose you. Hashem took you out from that filth. And He's rebuking you, and He's smacking you, slapping you, screaming at you, insulting you. What He's doing with all of that? Healing you, cleaning you, fixing you. The one that He loves is rebuking them. He's waking us to see the light, that there is light. Most of Am Yisrael never saw the light. And who is talking about the nations at all? They're born into a lie. How are you going to help them? It's our job to try. It's our job. to save another soul, another person, another Jew. Someone came to me in the clois in Uman, told me, I'm from Hungary. I'm listening to your shiurim in YouTube daily, amazing shiurim from Hungary. So many people came to me in Uman, I cannot count them. And what am I doing? You would meet me 3 years ago, sitting in the yeshiva, like all of the Avrechim. How we started that English program, 3 guys heard me practicing my English. Suffered from me. You came, now it's all Baruch Hashem. Somehow we're managing. 3 years ago, my English wasn't exist. And each and every one of us that's gonna decide that he wants to do something in his life, you're gonna do that. Because in the way that you're gonna decide that you want to walk in, they're gonna help you to walk and to achieve the things that you want. And you have to count on Hashem and to pray to Hashem. And one should be hidden, and one should be revealed, and one can talk in front of people, and one should work in his computers, and one can give shurim to Litvaks people, and one can give shurim only to married people, and one can talk only to young guys that are very, very hot and crazy, and everyone with his talents, with his abilities. One can speak Russian, one can speak English, one is from Britannia, England, one is from East Coast. The one from East Coast cannot give shurim in England. He cannot. And the one from England, he's gonna have problems finding himself in East Coast, West Coast, I don't know, all of that. Ghosts. East Ghost, West Ghost. Crazy. From Louisiana. Need to have siyata dishmana. Siyata dishmaya. Everyone should look inside. Hashem, what do you want from me? What is my job? One of the Avrechim came yesterday to yeshiva. Eliyahu went to a certain yeshiva. We're not going to mention that holy name of that holy yeshiva. Came to that yeshiva and offered them to invite me to give a shiur over there. They were laughing. They were so happy to tell him no. So happy. I'm telling you, 98% of the guys that learns in that yeshiva are supposed to be here. 99. He was there. They have to be here. If they're not going to be here, they're going to spend all of the nights like they're spending, drinking beers, breaking bottles, throwing the bottles into those huge garbage can, making contests like those, driving motorcycles here. This is how they're spending their time. And in Sukkot, totally drunk, and in Purim, there's no one to talk to. And the poor guys, after 1 year, 2 years of learning in Eretz Israel, they're going back and crushing over there. Become to be a wreck. They don't want to learn Torah, they don't want to hear about Torah, they don't want nothing, those poor guys. Why? Because there's no one that is giving them a lifeline here in Eretz Israel. In Eretz Israel, you're not coming to learn Torah. You come to hear the words of Hashem. כי מציון תצא תורה ודבר Hashem מירושלים. You need to hear the words of Hashem. Words of Hashem are coming through those righteous people. Righteous people that can help us to understand the Gemara. Learn the Gemara without Rashi. Cannot. Like to learn Chinese. You cannot. And actually, after you learn Tosfot, you realize that without Tosfot, you haven't understood the Sugya. Even that with Rashi, it was perfect. You made it. But with Tosfot, you understand that there was a lot more into it. And then when you're opening more Mefarshim, Rashba, Ritva, Ran, Marsha, you realize that there is no end to the Sea of Wisdom, Sea of Torah. And when you're opening Likutay Moharan, that is opening one Torah of Rabbi Bar Chana, and explaining to you that Rabbi Bar Chana was talking in the heights that you can never imagine that there exist at all, on wisdoms that not belong to this world at all, you realize that all of that wonderful Gemara, you haven't started to scratch the outside, the kricha of it. It's endless. It's the infinity. It's the Hashem Yitbarach Himself. Kudsha berichu ve'oraita ve'am Yisrael chadem. It's one thing. It's the Torah. It's the wisdom of Hashem. It's Hashem Himself. So you have to receive it through someone that have it. And most of the rabbis in this generation don't have it. Even that they are very nice and can be even very rich, still they don't have it. They're not humble. They're not humble. They don't know that they are zero. Zero, totally zero, nothing. Like Moshe Rabbeinu, that he knows that he doesn't have nothing from himself. The craziest thing happened. Hashem made huge thing. That the Baalei Tshuva, they have more ability than the from birth. In this generation, Hashem made that. Hizaru, the Gemara is saying, be careful with the sons of the kids, the sons of the poor people, mibnei aniyim, ki mehem tetzeh Torah, because the Torah going to come out from them. Why? Because we're wiser? We're geniuses? No. We're totally dumb. Totally dumb. Basic halachot we don't know. Basic halachot we don't know. But we're humble. Why? Because we saw face to face that we were in hell. We saw where our actions brought us to. We saw our lusts, our desires, how strong the Yetzer Hara is inside of us. So we know the danger. We are aware to our crazy abilities of sinning, on falling, on killing, on murdering, on raping, on using horrible drugs, on beating, on cursing, on doing all of the worst things in the world. Zera lebatala, like it's nothing, like it's not a sin at all. Adrabah, I can feel that it's a mitzvah. Mitzvah. A person is sick in his mind. When you develop the awareness to that, you can start heal yourself. Slowly, slowly, you're going to climb out from that filth. But when you're not aware to yourself, even you're going to be called a rabbi, you're going to imagine that you're clean, I don't know what. It's all going to be wrong and twisted and crooked. And it's all going to be a lie. Because even Moshe Rabbeinu feels that he's a zero. And if you have a certain being that you think that you're important, that you know all Shas, that you finished Shas when you were 18, finished Shas 30 times already, learning Chavruta with Arav Eliashiv, I don't know what you were doing with yourself. If you imagine that you have something except of huge merit on enjoying from the loving kindness of Hashem Yitbarach, you're all wrong. All wrong. It's all a horrible mistake. Yetzer Hara is fooling you. Yetzer Hara tricked you. Let you think that you're something, that you're a reality. Only mimidbar matana. Only you're going to receive the Torah only when you're going to be like the desert. That he is aware to the fact that he doesn't have nothing, he cannot grow nothing. Only then, when you know that you're zero, that you're efes, meupas, totally zero, then you're going to receive the Torah mimidbar matana, as a gift, as a free gift. Like Moshe Rabbeinu that is asking for a free gift. Only us that we know that we not deserve nothing, that we're not worthy to nothing. Only us, we can have that ability to receive it as a free gift because we know for sure that we're not worthy, that we're not deserved. This is humility. Maybe from long distance, something to start to feel what it means humility. And without it, you cannot learn Torah. And you're not allowed to learn Torah. And it's going to damage you to learn Torah. Learning Torah without doing Hitbodedut, that only in Hitbodedut you can see your lackings. Only when you're confronting yourself and judging yourself. If you went to shul, prayed shachrit, went out, you're going to feel great. But only if you're going to go after that shachrit to the field. And you're going to go over that shacharit and going to say to yourself, wait. In Birkot HaShachar, I had my mistakes. In Birkot HaTorah, I was all wrong. I wasn't thinking right. I wasn't blessing Hashem Yitbarach in all of the korbanot. I wasn't thinking about it. Was I sacrificing the korbanot when I was saying korbanot? And then when you're going to judge yourself, Psuke de Zimra, verses of songs. Were you singing? Was I singing? Psuke de Zimra? I was praising Hashem Yitbarach. If I wasn't, so I wasn't saying Psuke de Zimra, verses of songs. Have to sing to Hashem every shachrit. Have to sing. If you are not singing to Hashem, you haven't made it like you should. There are halachot. Mizmor letodah, you have to sing it. It's Shulchan Aruch. Have to sing with a certain tune. Mizmor letodah. You're not allowed to just read it. Mizmor letodah, Ariv Hashem kol haaretz. You're not allowed. This is it. You're not allowed. Kriyat Shema, the brachot of Kriyat Shema. Kriyat Shema have to be separated between the words. Every word should be separated from the other one. If not, you haven't said Kriyat Shema like you should have. Counting diamonds. And Tfilat Shmona Esrei, have to put your heart, your brain into every word and word. If not, you haven't prayed. And not allowed to finish before Rav Aleinu Shabeach, after singing all of the songs. So only then, when you're going to the field and judging yourself on your shacharit, you can receive humility. Can understand how far you are from shacharit, even though that you used to go to a minyan every morning. How far you are from shacharit. There was one righteous man that he was a huge Baal Tfilah. Huge, it's written on him. One of students of a Baal Shem Tov. He was a huge Baal Tfilah. And he thought to himself, what can Rabbi Nachman teach me about Shmona Esrei? What can he teach me about prayer? He knew everything. He was sweating and mamash putting all of his powers in every Shmona Esrei. He came to the Beit Knesset of Rabbeinu. He stood close to Rabbeinu. Rabbeinu started Shmona Esrei. That huge tzaddik couldn't open his mouth. When Rabbeinu finished his Shmona Esrei, that person said, when Rabbeinu prayed Shmona Esrei, I realized that I never prayed Shmona Esrei before. You can never understand what we're talking about. Me, I cannot understand what am I talking about. Cannot. I cannot. But when you see a Rav, Shalom, davening, Shachrit, and Musaf, with his hands in the air, 1 hour, 2 hours, Shmona Esrei like that, you realize that there is something that you never saw, that you never felt in Shmona Esrei. And if you're going to lift your hands in the air and going to stand like a jerk for 2 hours, it's not going to help you. You need to be totally humble, to know that only Hashem exists, to stand in front of Hashem, not to count on doctors. If you're counting on doctors, you don't need to say Refaenu. You don't need to ask for Parnassah if you're calling your parents when you have problems. You have to have all of confidence, all of faith, only on Hashem. Then you're going to understand something in Avodat Hashem. And to get to that, we have to have Rabbeinu. We have to have someone that's going to lead us. Thank you very much. Chazak u'baruch.